Hello. Welcome to my first video in 2 years now. I don't quite know, I guess, how to even start this, especially because I didn't really fully get ready for the video. And the reason is that, well, there's 2 reasons. Number one, I'm having not a great health day. So number 2 is that I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, and I only just got the bravery, I think, to make it, or like the will to make it, because my friend Lindsay, it really inspired me, and she's been making her videos, and so it made me think, why the hell not? But primarily as well, since then, that was like some weeks ago now, but I've been wanting to do it since then, and I haven't gotten around to it because I kept thinking that I needed like maybe a mic or something, and then I kept wanting to wait until I was in the ideal mood, the ideal whatever, and then I broke my finger. Yeah, and then I like had injured my wrist in that as well. The wrist healed, the other finger healed. Now we're just stuck with the fully broken, smashed nail one. And so I did that at work, and it took me off of work until it heals because it's pretty impossible to do my job one-handed. Well, anyways, that was besides the point. You would think that that gave me more time, and then I got off of work for an injury. I didn't feel great, but these are excuses, okay? Life happens, and there's never a perfect time for anything. So I've learned, and also as anyone who's older than me has ever told me. But especially Lindsay, yeah. So let's see here, where did we leave off last? I think 2024. My last video, I think, was titled like a girl in her 20s like cuts her hair and moves away or something, and my hair is not as short as it was, so it's been some time. At that time I think I had a bob literally up to my ears, so yeah, which, like, low-key, not a bad look, great look actually. I'm not in that time anymore, but and I was very convinced at that time that I was going to make videos more frequently, and that I was like really finally ready. And like in that video, I'm not going to really reiterate it because there's a whole other video if you really wanted to see, I suppose, but I had explained why I had never made the videos, even though I have been making videos since I was a kid, and those were the reasons at that time, but then the reasons shifted for sure. If only she knew. If only she knew what was about to ensue for the following, like, to play out like that. And that's a story for another time, truthfully. Those are all stories for another time. But anyways, there are various ways that like my life changed and took me in that year. Something that also really changed, I think, was my relationship to my creativity. I suppose like that really, and that alone, now that I'm thinking about it, that is like also another video for another time if you want to know about that. But I suppose starting is the most important thing. I had made this video, this like note in my phone. It's about this realization that I had, essentially, that ultimately it actually really is a good thing that various things like this, for example, like YouTube, did not work out for me or pan out the way that I wanted, I think, when I was younger, because I feel like when I was younger, I did not have the way, at And not to say I have a way with words now. Very clearly I'm getting like stopped every couple of seconds. Which, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna edit this or not, so you may or may not see that. But, I mean, I really just feel grateful, I guess, for that in retrospect, because ultimately was very immature, and I don't think that if I had been on the internet that I would have even known, not on the internet, I was on the internet, but on YouTube in particular, I don't think I would have known how to handle myself, like, or like handle what I could potentially like receive from like sharing creativity and stuff, or, and I don't even mean like good things, I mean bad things, really. I don't think that I even would have been able to handle that. I was very immature. I was very much so like a crash out when I was younger, and yeah, I just feel like that would not have been appropriate for me, like my brain to be dealing with that, because I just don't think that I would have handled it well at all. I don't know. I just feel like I really, now where I'm at in my life, have such like a, though I do struggle with mental health, as we all do. Well, actually some people don't. Some people don't. I don't know that that's really a lot of people, low-key. Maybe it is though. Is that me projecting? Probably. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I feel like I almost like wanted this to be more like structured, like have like a like more of a talking point, and it's kind of like making me get choked up. And I think that what I, not choked up as in crying, but like it's kind of like tripping me up a little bit. And I think that actually what I need to do is kind of just do more stream of consciousness, but not fully that. Maybe just I'm just gonna start talking and see where my own brain takes me. We'll see, because the thing is that I'm talking so slow because I'm trying to make sure that I am really thinking about what I'm saying and my words. And now that I'm talking how I normally talk to any regular person, it's a lot easier. So maybe we just even touch on those topics later. Maybe we just don't even touch on those right now. That's not important. The thing that was really important is that my friend Lindsay, she talked about it best on her video, and also we've talked in real life, but like it's almost like this is exposure therapy. And even though you're afraid to put yourself out there, it's ultimately really important to just do it anyways, like to do it scared, right? Because that's a whole thing around the internet right now, of like doing it afraid. And I keep seeing these reels that are like, I'm doing it afraid, I'm doing it all afraid, BTW, okay? And I think that that's really important to do, and I think that this is a step in me practicing what I preach to myself mainly, but also to other people too, because at work, like, I work with some characters. They are so funny, legitimately. I know, okay, sure, every person thinks that them and their friends are like the funniest people ever, and like they all need a podcast or they all need a reality TV show, but genuinely, dude, I come across some characters and I'm like, damn, you would do really good if you like shared this and put it online. And one of them the other day came back at me and was like, you always say that, but where's yours? Ooh, girl, she got me there though. She got an 8 with that, because where is mine? It's here right now. We're making it. But ooh, I almost want to like redo the beginning of that video, because that was not great, but it wasn't horrible either. So I guess I'll just keep it, and I guess I'll just laugh at myself later, because again, like I said 2 years ago, and I'm saying it again today, because clearly the message did not permeate, okay, is that I need to just start anyways, because the perfect time will not come, and I need to just start and just have the shit takes, okay? because that's also how you learn, and it's how you grow, and it is how everyone sucks at something when they first start doing it, and if this sucks, it sucks. And I don't think that it really is gonna suck, and I don't think it's really gonna be the greatest thing anyone's ever watched in their life. But yeah, and enough about that, truly. If you're still here, if you even are still watching this, if anyone is watching this, I mean, what this is really, right? Like the point of a channel and sharing online is to share your work and what strikes you and your creativity, and it is in a vein of wanting to grow community and wanting to share and connect with people who either like maybe they relate, maybe they don't relate, maybe you don't relate, maybe you just want a talking point, or maybe something I said resonated in the way that it was interesting and you wanted to discuss it. Very open for that. If you are watching, if you have watched this, please comment. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts, you know? I don't really quite know if I'm going to keep talking in one video, or if maybe I'll just make another video. I don't know. I'm gonna pause this. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause this really quick. I'm gonna sit with this, and then I'm going to decide if this will be one video or if this will be 2 videos, because I do have another idea, and it is that I want to make weekly videos to like a catch-up situation. It's like a little podcast, but it's like topics of the week, like things that have been going on through the week, things that I've been thinking about through the week, and I just want to talk to somebody about them. Or even, and then I'm just gonna send the link to my friends, because truthfully all of my friends live literally they're all spread throughout the country and the world, so it is a much easier way to update people, to talk to everybody, and to let them know or see even what kind of is going on in my life, which I mean, if anyone wants to see that, let me know. That can be another video as well if you're interested. But yeah, my intention, I guess, is to make more videos that are centered around it's like creative thinking, I suppose, and that could be anything really, like history. I really like to talk about art history and history in general. I really like to talk about philosophy. Also really like, you know, to talk about pop culture and nature and just like things along the lines of living and creative thinking, which I guess I did just say is philosophy, and so yeah, like duh. But I don't know, that's just something that those are all things that really interest me. Sorry, it is so hard to navigate not having a bendable finger. But yeah, I suppose I guess that it really ultimately is what the point of the channel is. That's the point of sharing things with social media, of sharing it in the ether, is feeling like you really want it to reach people who are your community, people who need it, or like want it, or make it themselves, or etc., so on and so forth, you know what I'm saying? So who knows? No promises, dude, because every time I make a promise about making a video or something like that, or starting this, I cannot keep it, because I have crippling ADHD and very severe anxiety, and it makes it very difficult. And I know that those are, here's the deal though, okay? I meant to hold up just one finger, but I can't just hold up one finger. Here's the deal though, is that that's an excuse, but it is also an explanation. And it's not a worthless excuse. It really is like what is happening. Because your girl got imposter syndrome very bad. Okay, very, very, very bad. Maybe it's not even imposter syndrome. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I want to share more. I also don't know, I guess, really, like, last time I tried to give this a go, I don't really know that I knew the line between, I didn't know what I was comfortable with, where my own line was with sharing about my actual personal life, and that is the topic, that is the, like, whatever, just like sharing how my life was playing out, versus things that I made, versus a topic of something that I just wanted to chat about, versus, you know, because those all are through lines of the same thing, right? But I found it much more difficult when I last had tried to give this a go, because the things that were going on in my life I did not want to share because they're hurt. They're vulnerable. I don't know. And I don't think that it's necessary to share all that kind of stuff online. Like, that's just not my, like, personal online philosophy. Okay, for example, right now, right, and no one knows about this. Like, no one, I don't really talk about it online or anything. I don't think I have at all. But, like, for example, something that's been going on lately is, like, I just got hit with, like, a wave of dizziness. It's something like that. I have, like, I've been having a lot of, like, health issues in the past year that have come up, and one of them is very unexplainable and scary because no one knows what it is or how to help me. But yeah, I've been having, like, issues with my blood pressure, TMI, and bouts of vertigo. No idea why. No Dr. Googles, okay? Like, no WebMDs, please, because I am going to doctors, so I am trying to figure out why this is happening. Things like that have just deeply impacted my brain, I think. Like, mental health, I mean, primarily. I'm sure they are impacting my brain too, my dizziness and stuff, but yeah, it is very scary, and it is very challenging to overcome the mental tolls that kind of thing is takes on you, and also how to function through it, because it is, I don't even know if I already said this, it's scary, it's uncomfortable. You feel like you are not sober, I suppose. Like, you just feel so, like, out of it, and obviously, like, I don't want to be posting on social media or on YouTube or etc., etc. I also don't want to talk about something that I don't even know what's going on. So that's just, like, kind of how I feel always in terms of sharing, and that's really hindered me, I think, for the past couple years. So yeah, but I don't know, this is just the first step, you know, one step forward, really, because you gotta take the first step at some point. Also, I'm doing the artist way, which is really neat, actually. I, like everyone else and their mother, had made a traveler's notebook. My intent with it is to use it to complete the artist way. So I can show that, I think, in, like, my next video, if I think about it, or in another video. If you want to know more, let me know, because I kind of want to play around, you know. Like, I really do love making videos, and I love editing. This probably won't have a lot of editing on it, just because it's a talking video, but I do like I do like the idea of making like a video about different like crafts and stuff that I'm making, so yeah, watch out for that. But I don't know, I guess no promises, but I'm going to try to keep on with this as a promise to myself, that I can keep it to myself. I can keep my promise to myself, and I can do hard things, putting myself out there. And yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna see. We're just gonna see what happens. I'm wondering if it'll be interesting if there's anyone I know watching this, or anyone who's even subscribed to me. If you were subscribed to me, if you remember the last video that I had made, and you're like, well, where did she go for what? Where did she go for 2 years? Boy, do I have a story for you. But story for another time. Many stories. Hope you enjoyed. I hope that if you got to the end of the video, maybe drop a comment, say hi, let me know that you stayed to the end. I'll see you in the next one. I do have the next like 2 or 3 video topics planned out. I just haven't filmed them yet, obviously, because I have to get over the hurdle of posting the first one again, which I'm trying to learn not to be embarrassed for being seen trying, because that is like my main issue. I think that just like gets me in my own way. But even if nobody sees this, that's okay. That's okay, because every time I upload is a new chance, and it's a new video, and I don't even know that I feel like that's the point. I think the point is to push myself to create and to, I wish I could more